Okay, welcome everyone. In the interest of time, we're going to begin. Okay, for those of you who don't know, my name is Edmund Rosenbaum. I'm the chair of Community Board 3. Thank you for coming out tonight. Okay, first we have public participation. No one signed up for public participation. We're going to move around a little bit. Public information, State Senator Jessica Ramos. She will be here soon, so we're going to come back to that. And we're going to go right into public hearings. We're going to do the business economic development first, the reverse of what you see on the agenda. And then we'll do capital and expense budget following that. Okay, the first applicant we have is White Texicans Restaurant and Bar Corp., 8115 Northern Boulevard in Jackson Heights, application for a new full liquor license. Is the applicant present? You can come forward.
Hello everyone, my name is Mateo. I'm the founder and CEO of the White Texicans Restaurant. We're located in Northern Boulevard. Our address is 8115 Northern Boulevard. So I want to give you guys a little background of what we're doing and why the name, because a lot of people have expressed they have curiosity to it. So we're basically looking to get more inclusion and something different into the community. So we're doing the name as a satire of everything that is going on, and we're trying to bring something completely different of what we have in Jackson Heights right now. We're looking to expand, we're looking to bring better flavors, we're looking to bring more family ambience where you can sit with kids, have a little drink, or you can find little space to chit chat, no loud music, no crazy prices. We're trying to bring the community in. We have a lot of developments with the projects. We're trying to work with the community as we want to feed the community as well. So I want to give you now a background of me. I've been into the restaurant industry since I was 16 years old. I did from dishwasher to server to restaurant manager, and I've been doing this my whole life. So one of the things that I always wanted to do was open up a restaurant that could stand and make a difference to the community and can bring something to it. I always feel like you don't have to be a taker, you have to be a giver. So that's my mentality, and that's why I started this business. Oh, okay, sorry. My hours of operation is going to be from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. On Fridays, I want to stay late. I want to stay open a little bit later. I want to close around 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning, and I want to have brunch. So I'm gonna open from 9 a.m. That's going to be Saturday and Friday. On Sundays, we only gonna open until 11. We're not gonna do loud music. Sometimes maybe we're gonna have a jazz band, blue jazz. We're trying to do something totally different.
Why you wrote the Friday, Saturday, 3 a.m.?
That's what we requesting the license to be, but we actually planning to close a little earlier since we're not gonna be a full bar and we're not gonna be operating like that.
Are there any questions? Yes, Ed.
If you could just repeat the Sunday hours.
Well, Sundays I plan to open 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. I have the fire department next door, so I don't want to be loud and I don't want to disturb the community. So that's why we're trying to stay in the limits of the hours.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Ed.
I just looked at the hours, referring to hours that are on the application, but no 9 o'clock on what we were told. Did it make it different?
Application have different hours.
Oh, my application says 10 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay,
So sorry, I'm telling you my kitchen hours, like what time I plan to start operating. So I'll be open to the public, so from 10 a.m. to on Sundays 11 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays same thing.
David, have you ever
Danny?
said yeah? 2 a.m. on Sunday.
You have 3 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 2 a.m. on Sundays.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain. So we basically have requesting that in case we have to stand in any special event, but we're trying to stay between the hours, so we don't trying to go until, the latest. We're trying to stay, just to have the extra room in case we have an event going on or anything, but we're not trying to be a late establishment.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
I do.
Oh, hold on, Lisa?
It says applicants agree to stop serving alcohol 1 hour prior to closing,
That is
Friday,
correct.
Friday to Sunday, or not the other days?
The other day, we closing pretty early, but if the community requested, we able to change it.
I thought that was a rule.
Anybody has any other question?
Thank you. Next applicant is Cafe 593 Court, doing business as a Moore Sport Bar, 3764 103rd Street in Corona. An application for a method of operation change. Jessica, can you translate? That has to be a board member. You can say no. We just do everything in Spanish.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Marta Cuauhtli Sánchez, vengo representando al Café 593 para cambiar mi modo de operación.
Hi, my name is Marta Sanchez. I'm here from 593 Corp. And I'm here to discuss the business, and it's at 3764 103rd Street.
Mis horas de operaciones de ahora eran de 8 a 11 y quisiera abrir para abrir más tarde.
So she's doing a method of operation change to close later.
It's the old hours and the new hours.
Mis antiguas horas eran de 8 a 11, también de 8 de la mañana a 11 de la noche y quisiera ampliar el horario. Quisiera abrir como de 2 a 3 y media. Necesito ampliar mi horario. ¿Okay? Estoy de 2 de la tarde a 3 de la mañana. Solo me comida.
So right now the hours are Monday through Sunday from 8 to 11, and she wants to change it to 2 p.m. to 3 in the morning.
Any questions, Mr. Chowdhury?
She has mentioned here requested hours 5 a.m. to 4 a.m.
5 p.m.
No, 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. to 4 a.m. This is wrong. And second,
It's 5 p.m.
okay.
My typo.
Second problem is applicant is also adding DBA Amor Sport Bar. What is this? Amor Sport Bar.
No quiero cambiar amores por bar. El cambio de amores por bar. Ajá. Sí, amores por bar.
At the beginning, she said this is a cafe restaurant.
So the application was
No.
going to, the name was Cafe 593 Corp, and it's gonna be changed to Amore Sports Bar.
Yes. And
Oh, I was just gonna make a notation, well, as far as the hours are concerned, and she was saying those hours are, the hours were 8 AM to 11 p. And the new hours that they were requesting was 5 p to 4 a. And they said they were changing the name from Cafe 593 because apparently there's confusion as who they are and what they are, and they can't find them based on 593. And the name is gonna go to the Amore Sports Bar. But again, you know, we discussed about this being a restaurant versus a bar, but they will have no kitchen to cook food. There's gonna be a prep area where pretty much it's gonna be snack food. So this is basically gonna be a bar. And we had plenty of discussion about them going from 11 PM to 4 o'clock in the morning.
So basically the question is, are they a restaurant or a bar? And they only have a food prep area, so what are they serving?
Right, and
Anything
apparently it was snack food, empanadas, not sure, it was pretty much snack food, it was not. So my understanding, it was not gonna be a restaurant, it was gonna be a bar.
So it will operate as a restaurant, and they will be selling food.
With no kitchen and only a prep area, the food center.
Tenemos un método de receta, un área de preparación. El área de preparación, nosotros vamos a seguir vendiendo mi menú, que es lo normal, tamales, café, jugos, y a las 11 la vendremos todo.
So she has a preparation area, as you mentioned. They will be selling food that is on the menu as is now. They don't have a kitchen, like you said, it's just a preparation area. And she's selling tamales and juice and other foods that are already on the current menu.
Okay, thank you, I'm not sure, is there a rep, the other guy when you talking, I think. But this is, yeah.
Okay, I saw another hand on this side of the room. Anyone else? Yes, Ed.
Just to be clear, my hearing isn't the best in the world, so I couldn't hear what Ed was trying to get at. But I'm still interested in the hours of operation. What is that going to be? Initially,
5 PM to 4 AM.
okay, thank you.
Mark?
Why do you want to lengthen your hours?
Usted sabe, las cosas están muy difíciles, hay muy poca clientela y pues necesito pagar mis gastos.
Because things are tough right now and she wants to increase her clientele and she needs to pay her rent and just to better the opportunities.
Okay, that's good. Anything else? Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Next applicant is Yenny's Corner Court, doing business as Asadero La Fogata, 8401 Northern Boulevard in Jackson Heights, application for new full liquor license. Yeah.
Good evening, my name is Jack Chang, and I'm here to introduce Asadero La Fogata, which is a Colombian restaurant that recently opened at 8401 Northern Boulevard. It used to be a Colombian restaurant for 35 years, and the union owner is right here. She modernized the entire restaurant, and she's applying for a full liquor license. Her hours of operations are from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., except Friday and Saturday that she will be closed at 12 midnight. It's a small corner restaurant, family oriented. They have 30 seats, 30 seating capacity. She's an experienced operator. She has been operating another Colombian restaurant on 108th Street in Corona for 10 years, where she also has a liquor license. And she's ready to serve the Jackson Heights community. If anybody has any question, I'll be glad to answer it.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? No questions? Okay, very good. We'll take it up in executive session. Thank you. You have the next one, right? No, so we'll go to October. We'll go to October. Okay, so the next application in Cebolladas, Don Raul Corp. is the same representative. The applicant cannot be present, so we will table that to October. So then we move to the original American Chicken and Bakery International Corp., 7807 37th Avenue, Jackson Heights, application for a new wine, beer, and cider license.
Jessica.
What do you think? Okay, so we have to table the stock vote also. We have to table the next one. No, we're gonna finish this first. Sorry. Yes. So the applicant could not be present, so we will have to table that one to October also. Next application, El Rubio Cafe Incorporated, doing business as Cafe Rubio Restaurant, 9805 and 07 Northern Boulevard in Corona. An application for a method of operation change. Is the applicant present? Again, Cafe Rubio? Okay, so that concludes the public hearings for business economic development. We will now jump back to public information. The Honorable Jessica Ramos.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Hi, Jessica.
I knew it could be a little louder in here.
Hi, Jessica.
How is everybody? Did everybody have a nice summer?
Yes.
Very good. Well, I always like to come by very much around the time of year that you guys are talking about your budget, because of course it helps inform how I think about our budget in the state Senate. And even though that it does not expire until April 1st, the budget dance very much begins as soon as legislative session starts in January. And so I take these kind of post-summer months to start meeting with groups, to start meeting with constituents, to figure out what our investments this year are going to be. And I have to say that I was so happy to see the number one item on your list, because I very much agree that the area of Corona, but especially East Elmhurst around the Astoria Boulevard area, really needs medical services. It is an area, I don't need to tell you, as you know, I'm a former member of this community board. For a long time, we've known that there's a desperate need, especially with a community that has a lot of neighbors who are aging. They need medical access that is much closer to where they live. And it's now been several years where I have earmarked $3 million of our taxpayer dollars that are given to me in the Senate for the purpose of a clinic in East Elmhurst. This is a conversation that I've had particularly at first with First Baptist Church on Astoria Boulevard, because there was a time that we were going to work with Urban Health Plan, who many of you know from operating the Plaza del Sol clinic on 108th Street. Well, the idea was to have kind of some synergy in that area and hopefully bring them a little further north to serve the East Elmhurst community. But unfortunately, that was not made possible with the help of First Baptist. And quite frankly, I am here to ask you for your eyes and ears to help us look for locations, because Urban Health Plan is still very much interested in working with us to find where we can make a clinic possible, even if it starts out small, but the point being that hopefully there are doctors and other health professionals available for the community in 11369 so that people don't have to travel too far. And I mean, the list is long, and I'm not gonna go, don't worry, I'm not gonna go one by one, but I did wanna make sure that you know that I have some of our taxpayer dollars earmarked for that purpose. With that, I want to give you a bit of a report from me, given that this is our first community board meeting back after the summer recess, so I haven't seen you guys since I got back from Albany. And I'm very happy to share that hello Frank Taylor, welcome. That I'm very happy to share that actually just about a week ago, right before the Labor Day parade in Manhattan, Governor Kathy Hochul signed 2 of my bills. One is to help when Donald Trump continues to cut down and weaken our National Labor Review Board, meaning that when workers are trying to organize, they are having trouble getting fair hearings, arbitrations between employers and workers is getting harder. And so I have written a bill, which is now law, I should say, I have now written a law that says that the state will step up with resources to take the place of the Federal National Labor Review Board to actually review and decide on many of these cases. I'm very proud of that bill. Thank you, Frank. My other bill, which is the Mechanical Insulation Energy Savings Program, is meant to provide grants for qualified mechanical insulation expenditures to school districts and schools just like the Renaissance and other entities to increase the energy efficiency of our public buildings and create workforce development opportunities through apprenticeship programs so that we can actually start creating green jobs in frontline environmental justice communities like ours. I also want to share that for a while now, I've been championing a bill to expand mental health court in New York State as a means to get people who are making serious mistakes, but don't always understand what it is that they're doing because they have a learning disability, because they are suffering from a serious mental illness. We want to make sure that they have access to mental health treatment. And so on October 10th, I will be hosting a public hearing with Senator Natalia Fernandez from the Bronx, who chairs the Mental Health Committee in the State Senate. She and I will be hosting a hearing in Manhattan, and if professionals in the mental health space or anyone else who can consider themselves some sort of expert is interested in testifying in that hearing, it is by invitation only, but I know the gal that hands out the invitations. So I'm looking for people who can really tell real stories about how those who deserve help should be getting it. Other than that, I want to thank Community Board 3 for all their help with Festival Calle Colombia, which took place in July. It was a tremendous success. We had, I don't know how many thousands of people there. We were 2 blocks for the first time this year, and I have to say it was a great time had by all without incident, very family friendly, and I would love to invite you guys to participate next year if you haven't already. Earlier this month, but we are in September. In August, we held a flood prevention preparedness event. I keep saying prevention, reminding myself that you can't prevent hurricanes, but we can certainly prepare for them. And this community, unfortunately, knows that very well. For those who might have forgotten or don't know or just moved into our community, welcome. But the reality is that a few years ago, we were devastated by Hurricane Ida in East Elmhurst, particularly, but also in other areas of Queens, where we even lost loved ones and neighbors. We want to make sure that people are ready and know what to do in case we get rapid rainfall like that again. And so there's all sorts of information and resources available through the New York City Department of Environmental Protection and through state agencies that we can make available to you to make sure that you know what to do, have the water barriers if that's what you need in your home. But I mean, it's something that I don't wish on anybody. The area of 88th Street around Astoria Boulevard and 24th Avenue was probably the hardest hit. We were declared ground zero by then President Biden, who came to visit. And unfortunately, FEMA, which is now virtually a non-existing agency, unfortunately didn't even come through back then with all of the funds that had been promised to our neighbors. And many of our senior homeowners had a lot of trouble replacing their boiler that got damaged during the flood. In response to that, I'm also working on a bill called the Bad Faith Loophole Bill, which is meant to help homeowners be able to file lawsuits against home insurance companies who don't pay out their claims. Because what we saw in East Elmhurst and in many other parts of the city and state was precisely that despite folks being on time with their payments to their home insurance companies, the insurance companies would find any excuse not to pay out the claim. So they would say, oh, it wasn't because your home was flooded, it was because of sewage backup, and your policy doesn't cover sewage backup. And well, that's a load of BS. If working people like us here in this community are paying our bills, we are meant to receive the services that we are paying for. So I want to make sure that there is a right of action for homeowners in those instances. With that, I think, we're just about done with backpack giveaways. We have a block party. I know this is not CB3 territory, and I'm crossing into CB4 territory. I'm gonna cross that border. We're gonna cross all the borders. We're having a block party in Letchworth City this coming weekend, and the information is on our social media. I hope to see you there, especially for children. We're going to have games. There's going to still be some backpacks available, and it should be a nice time for all. So thank you so much for having me tonight. And I'm probably not allowed to take questions, so am I? That is thinking. I'm allowed to take 3 questions. Well, there's 3 gentlemen. Can we squeeze a lady in? Is that okay? Can one of you put your hands down? All right. Any ladies with questions? All right, we're going to start with Bill Bruno. You were first.
Okay, regarding these looking for locations for this hospital that you asked about, are there any criteria we should know about minimum lot size or anything else?
I don't have the square footage off the top of my head. I don't have it with me, but ideally, first off, hopefully it's a renovation that needs to get done and not a brand new building that we have to build. That'll save us some funding. And obviously something with a reasonable ground level in order to allow for a door for stretchers in case of an emergency. I'm looking to build a sort of urgent care, geriatrics / a few other things to be included in that clinic. Thank you. Hi, Ed.
Hi. I'm going to ask you that question. First of all, let me compliment you on the hearings you held on the casino. You are the one elected official that had many hearings, and you summarized them each time, that overwhelmingly your constituency was against casino. And you still maintain that position?
I do maintain that position.
Okay, great. Because I think
Yes.
the Gaming Commission, because of your opposition, changed the rule of how many votes they needed. And that was, they needed every local official, and then it went to, oh no, they don't need all. It can be 2 people that are opposed. So I congratulate you for standing up for the people.
Thank you, Ed Wesley. I really appreciate that. A few rules I saw changes. I mean, I even saw the amount of time that was initially allotted for the last hearing was, reduced. Well, you can roll your eyes, but the fact of the matter is, but no, that's okay. But the fact of the matter is, I think it was an hour less than what was initially scheduled, and I think, we shouldn't be scared of democracy, and we should be able to hear people precisely when we disagree. There's no democracy, small d democracy. There's no democracy without opposition. If we all agree on everything, that is actually not a democracy. Okay? So I guarantee you that, a lot of you have disagreed with me on lots of things. But at the end of the day, we're neighbors. And guess what? Whether I'm an elected official or someday I'm not, I'm still going to be your neighbor. And I think it'll be better if I continue to be senator, because I would be a really annoying neighbor. Because then I know how the systems works, and I can call out a few more things that I probably hold back on now, right? And I just want to say that I do maintain my opposition to the casino. I think casinos inherently are a predatory business model, and for a community whose average household income hovers around the minimum wage, where we have so many seniors who are looking for ways to entertain themselves. We want them to do so healthfully and have the best possible choices made available for them. I mean, we are constantly struggling for more funding for our senior centers. It would be great if that could be a premier economic development model, I think. So I commend all of the neighbors who continue to stand up. Unfortunately, 2 of the bids in Manhattan are now kaput, increasing the chances of the one at Citi Field. And I don't know what the Gaming Commission will decide, but I don't think that we should stop making our voices heard. And you can count on me to attend the October 5th march that will take place in our community. I am Aurelia, I know you don't live here.
Yes, I do.
You do? You live in the community now?
I always live.
Okay.
3810 Street.
Okay, great. Aurelia, what's going on?
The question is, first, I commend you on the stuff with the casino. You know, I'm inherently against casino per se, but my real issue is, have we done a traffic study? How, with the floor is gonna fall on us. We have a 26,000 seat soccer stadium coming, the renovations at Flushing Meadow Park, the USTA, the tennis center, and then the new casino with the Metropolitan. I'm concerned that we could crawl and get faster in traffic than all those cars that are in that area. You can't.
This is why I refuse to own a car.
Well, that's it.
I'll tell you.
Well, that's the other thing, and then the mental health component of the casino aspect, because, you know, it's predatorily black and brown, and that's what our community mostly has.
And our Asian community
Yes,
on the
Asian.
other side of the park, right? Which is not, part of this district per se, but is certainly also impacted by whatever changes happen in that general area. Look, I invite you to look at the environmental impact study that was done. I think it was a very limited study that didn't consider a lot of even the environmental impacts. The fact of the matter is that there's a lot of marsh where the current parking lot is located, and there's a reason why even Shea Stadium before Citi Field didn't have underground parking. It's nearly impossible to achieve. And so, it was an opportunity, I think, for us to consider, well, what's the best use of that land, considering all of the flooding that takes place, the needed dredging of Flushing Bay that doesn't happen often enough. Can we, can we kind of factor that into that area? But alas, the Mets have an 82-year lease left for that area. And that gives him the power to propose what happens with that lot of land. He calls it Metropolitan Park, and it has several components, one of them being a casino. And I think, it's a serious concern for many of us, even if there's people who think that, it's not the vast majority. I mean, I did my own poll, I walk my own streets, I talk to people of all stripes all the time. And I have to tell you, I have more often been thanked for being against the casino than being told that the person disagrees with me and that I should have supported it. And I also want to say that I also understand some of the voices that I disagree with, because it's an area that's been devoid of economic development for a very long time, for decades. I mean, East Elmhurst used to be called Black Beverly Hills back in the day, right? Their beach, that used to be beachfront property off Ditmars Boulevard, and their beach was taken away by LaGuardia Airport. This is why many of us worked so hard to stop that air train. And actually, in thinking about the impact of traffic from the soccer stadium, if and when the casino gets built, I mean, I've always thought we should consider and study the possibility of extending the N&W line down Grand Central. through East Elmhurst. That was always the biggest problem for me with the AirTrain. It wasn't about, I wasn't against increased access to the airport itself, but how are you going to continue to ignore a former 3-fare zone because it is a historic Black neighborhood? I don't think those are mistakes. I think that those are forms of redlining that still need to be corrected. And those are the things that need to be done. I don't know that a casino is going to help us do that.
Okay, now we're going back to capital and expense budget, public hearing for fiscal year 2027 capital and expense budget. Albert Wendy and Matt Beckles.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How is everyone?
Good.
Summer fabulous? That makes one of us. Some of us have to work. But welcome back, and we are at that time of year again where you get to make an input on our FY 2027 budget. So at this time, we'd like to open the floor, and we're accepting suggestions for the capital budget, which is the big ticket items.
I realize that the fiscal year for the state is different than the fiscal year for the city. The city, I'm aware of, runs from July 1 to June 30th of the following year. So we're talking June 30th of 2077. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to point that out. I don't know when the state is, but it sounds like it ends April 1st. And so it must begin, the year prior to that. So it gets confusing.
It does.
Do your job.
It does.
Yeah.
But did you want to add anything yet? Do you have a suggestion to add something?
No, the one thing I do agree with is the job you've done on the budget and the explanation of how it's derived. And I think we should take a lesson learned after the budget is approved and go back to the city council people, the state people, and say, well, what do you agree with on this? And just as important, the organizations that DOT, that contributed to or supposed to contribute to fire department. Do you need all of these items, and what's your plan? So that's the only suggestion I have.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I was remiss in asking, did everyone get a handout?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, the floor is open.
All right, the item number 5, redesign and renovate the 90th playground. That's been on here for a few years, and I go through there. That's why I take a shortcut, the building map, and I don't see anything to redesign in that building. There's nothing falling apart. I know about 10 years ago, they knocked down the perfectly good handball court, constructed it and reconstructed it for like, several $100 million to just put up one wall. I don't know what, it cost, but it seems to me that, walk through. There are a couple of little cracks, good grass coming through. It doesn't bother anybody.
Okay.
Some of the other things I don't know personally. But I go through there pretty often.
So I've made a note of that, thank you.
Is there any way to add in more benches for like 37th Avenue and Northern Boulevard and main commercial areas?
That would be part of the expense, right? Do you mind
That an expense?
adding benches?
Benches is an expense.
That's an expense, yeah.
That's an expense, yeah.
So that'd be Elton's portion.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me just let you, this is open to the entire room, not just board members.
I'd like to talk about more housing, affordable housing. I know it's on there as number 2 and 3, but I think that's our number 1 issue in the community. People can't
So
afford
we're not moving
Yeah.
this
Okay.
meeting, we're just making suggestions. Next month, we'll talk about moving things up or down. Yes, sir.
In response to what the senator said about perhaps a clinic, a health clinic in Corona and East Helmhurst, maybe amending that first priority to include that. So instead of constructing a new hospital, say constructing a new hospital or a health clinic in Corona and East Helmhurst.
Or maybe both?
Yeah, the-
Yeah, somebody said benches. The other thing that's needed is, either more waste baskets or, empty them more often. You know, well, we tend to, on, the same place, 90th Street and,
So
there
part of,
tends to be garbage piled up next to the can, because, you know, when the can is overflowed, it's gonna have to go somewhere.
Bill?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Okay, it'll be quick. Just on the 90th Street Playground, not being a parent myself, I haven't looked at those eyes, but just coincidentally enough, I was having a conversation online with parents who live in the area who basically said it really does need building up, so there does seem to be that. And ironically, I was saying, hey, look, we're gonna have this on our capital item. I don't know they actually made it here, but I suggest, they felt strongly enough about it that I had actually made that suggestion, but it does seem to be some feedback on that other side.
Yes, it's number 5 on the capital. You think it should be higher, is that what you're saying?
No, it's just, I mean, my colleague had
Right.
suggested maybe, what we actually use a capital budget, and I was simply saying, although I haven't observed it personally, I've heard feedback from some people who think it does, so.
Okay.
Good.
It's a democracy.
Taking something off, I think let's have a report number 9. That is nice. And you know, understanding what the issue was on the plot.
I see number 9. Evidently, once upon a time, somebody thought it needed to be on there. So you think it's all well lit and I'll make a note of that.
About 9?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, about 9, we are asking this street lighting on 73rd Street, which is 37th Avenue and Road. This has become a criminal zone because of darkness. And we are fighting for years, 3 years, already 3 years, we are just asking you to make the lighting as soon as possible. You take action about that.
Are you talking about by the park or?
No,
No,
street lighting,
73rd and-
street lighting on
No, I
33rd.
understand, but there's a park on Broadway,
No,
not by that.
Bay Street. There is not no good lighting, that's why the criminal activity.
Right.
Anything else for the capital budget? The big ticket items, major construction? Okay, everyone's happy, wonderful. Oh,
I just wanted to clarify capital expense and benches, litter baskets. Thank you. Benches, litter baskets, those items are addressed, directly with the agency. That does not have to appear on our, budget priorities. So things like, major capital projects, like the construction of a school or a hospital, those are examples of capital items. Benches could be considered, as an expense,
What we will do, actually, is go to our elected officials and ask them to invest in, probably installing decorative pavers and benches. Benches itself, that's a DOT issue that we can directly request. But when we are talking about items for our budget, it's going to be more than just the bench. We're gonna beautify the area, we're gonna, do repaving, we're going to, install flowers or plant flowers and greenery and all of that. So, but the basic things, that we see on the street right now, those all can be accomplished by simply reaching out to the agency that's responsible, and in this instance, it's DOT. And I've made note of those issues.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Reed, since you have the microphone, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on why over years after years after years of putting 311 to be shared with the community board, it hasn't happened. Who's the stumbling block there?
That's a good question, and unfortunately, I don't know, unfortunately, I don't have the answer, but it is something that we will continue to advocate for, because it's very important. They are putting a lot of importance now on 311. However, the community board does not have access to that information, and it creates a problem for us in helping to further those complaints. If I'm aware of those conditions, then I can expedite, or at least attempt to expedite, the processing of these complaints. If I'm not aware of it, then, it doesn't move as expeditiously as it could. Thank you for bringing that up, Ed. What happens is, the general public assumes that when they place a 311, call 311, that their complaint is shared with everyone else. So if there's no movement or nothing is done about that complaint, then they will call the community board and say to me, why haven't you addressed my complaint? And I have to inform them that I had no knowledge of it. So I don't know how long that person has waited to do the follow-up. So it could be weeks, months behind, and it would be more helpful to us if we had access to that information. And when anyone calling my office, I ask them to call 311 and the elected officials, so that everyone is aware of the matter, and so that we can address these issues as quickly as possible. So thank you for bringing that up, and I'm hoping that our elected officials will help to make that happen. And yes, that is a priority that has been on our request for many years, and so far has not been responded to, and it is something that I believe is very doable. So thank you for asking that question.
After having maybe a better understanding or a different understanding of what capital budget line item might be, while I'm thrilled that the Queens Public Library is now open 7 days a week, I think that it's disappointing that it's still closed on federal holidays when families might need it most. So if folks aren't working or don't have childcare and the library is their source for that, I think the library is an important resource for those families, and I would love to see some way for the library to stay open on those long weekends. Thank you.
Are you referring to a specific library?
The Jackson Heights Public Library will do, as an example.
Now it's time for the expense budget for year 2026. And I hope everybody has this copy. Please go over it, and if any suggestions, we'd be more than happy to take it. Keep in mind that some of the stuff that we have been there for a while. And we try, every time we try to bring them in, and for some reason, either the money's not enough or whatever, but they'll be there until somebody take care of it. Okay. So with that said, please let's go and go over the list. If anybody has something else, the young lady there was talking about the library. Yes, there would, we asking for one day, close at 10 o'clock. So that will help. That'll be in item number 6 of expense. So if it's anything else,
With the beautification of the Center Mall on 23rd Avenue, well, it's actually 15. I don't know if it was taken off. I may have an older one. But the beautification of the Center Mall on 23rd Avenue from 100th Street up to 82nd Street, would that be included under the capital budget as well? And plant and shrubs and trees to expand greenery on that, it's actually 15. Yeah. Oh, that's in capital budget, okay. So is that's in the capital budget, I'm sorry, that would actually be including, trees and shrubs up that Center Mall of 23rd Avenue from 100th Street up to 82nd. You have, you have it on 15, it's for the 34th.
Correct.
But I would like to add 23rd Avenue.
I'm adding it.
Yeah.
Was that 100th Street to what?
100th Street to 82nd Street, 23rd Avenue. And it would include trees as well. We need more trees in the area as well.
And maintenance for that.
And maintenance, you're absolutely right,
Yeah,
yes.
that's it from Vidmar, because we want to start at the circle.
Yes.
And then go up.
Yes,
From
so,
the circle down 82nd. But it needs to include maintenance of it, because it took an awful lot. I think it's, one of our newer elected officials made sure that we finally got the weeds whacked down, and we can actually see before you make a turn. But we need to maintain maintenance.
yeah, it's just not attractive at all. It's just, it's not a good look.
anything else? Everybody went over?
On the expense side, peering over my neighbor's shoulder here, but I think I see something about increasing park maintenance. And I want to speak specifically about Traverse Park and the playgrounds over there. I've had a tough time bringing my child there because it is quite dirty. I've seen people urinating, I've seen human fecal matter there. I had a report from someone that they found a knife on a bench. So, and I've seen fecal matter more than once in the toddler park. So I think it is important to try to.
Would you be so kind to give me the item number? Thank you.
It is, oh shoot, oh, number 16.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the specific department, but for an expense, why don't we ask you, let's say, increased homeless service outreach with areas like Traverse University and stuff like that. I think we have, I don't know if we have, no, if I saw that on here. I apologize, I don't know the actual department per se, but I believe they do have an outreach program. Yeah. Oh, outreach services? Homeless services, thank you. So increased budgeting for homeless services for the areas like Diversity Plaza, Traverse, and stuff like that. it's just as an additional item.
And it include in that 94th Street and 23rd Avenue, the Travelers Hotel, and also the hotel that's on the Grand Central Parkway. It used to be the Marriott, now it's a homeless shelter. It's a homeless shelter now, and also another hotel that, it's on Astoria Boulevard and 88th Street. Not Travelers, the,
King's Inn?
King's Inn, thank you, yeah, King's Inn. But specifically that hotel, that Marriott, it used to be a Marriott hotel, but now, it's a homeless shelter right across the street from Vaughn College. It's really, not well maintained at all, and they're not giving the same services, that they're giving at, King's Inn or Travelers Hotel. The Landing, I'm sorry, the Landing. It's really an eyesore, and it's a detriment to the community.
This is for correction. This is resurfaced Judson Boulevard to 114th Street. Is this a correction on that? Number down. No, yeah. Resurfaced Judson Boulevard to 114th Street.
But the next one is to increase funding to provide additional cleaning services to Roseville from 69 to 114.
I'll go last. I go last.
And also, number 27, where you have increased funding to hire additional traffic enforcement agents to address double parking and other traffic infractions. 27, it's on the other side. Can we also include permit parking for our areas, because of the new stadium that's being built there, as well as the city field and, the city field being built, well, the city field, and as well as the tennis stadium.
What area?
East Elmhurst area and Corona, North Corona area, because the parking is ridiculous. I live on 93rd Street and 23rd Avenue, and I'm getting garbage from Citi Field, cups and all kinds of different debris from people parking in my area and all over that area as well. The parking is horrific. So to permit parking would be really a good support for the community. Mm-hmm.
I was saying the parks, when we work the parks, it should be for all parks in our area, not just one or two or three. We have several parks in the area that are lacking maintenance and also road abatement. The other thing is the parking. That's a subject that was dealt with here, we deal with it again. But the problem with that is that a lot of people don't want to pay the fees that are associated with parking. And I'm saying if you do that, say the fees, but where do the fees actually will go? Where will they be earmarked to? If they're earmarked to provide maintenance to this area, I think a lot more people would be favorable to it.
It's number 9.
So can I get an answer to that before we move on? Is that fair? No, I just wanted to make sure that we got that before we move on.
Right.
It's not a
Yes,
budget
ma'am.
item. This is what we're discussing right now.
Yes.
It's not a budget item. It's an issue that we have to deal with the DOT and our elected officials. It's not part of this.
It wouldn't
But
be
it was
part of
brought
it.
up, so I was
Yeah.
just piggybacking on that. I didn't bring up the subject. I'm just piggybacking on it.
Okay, and I'm just trying to clarify.
No problem, no worries.
So what you're saying is that idea of permit parking would not be
I can't hear you.
included in
I
this?
can't hear you.
It would, Giovanna is saying that it's not included on this expense budget. The idea of permit parking
It's a separate.
is not included, it could not be included on this particular budget. It has to be included, we would have to, that's something that we would work with DOT and elected officials.
Pat, can I just make a comment about that, Frank?
Yes,
I'm gonna
ma'am.
have to go back and do some research. I know 4, 5, 6 years ago, our councilman Moy at one time had put through a bill for that, because I was
Yes.
complaining about that 100
For
years.
permit parking.
That kind of fell through.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, I'll go back and research, there's something that's sitting somewhere now about that permit parking.
Yes.
Okay, that hasn't moved. So
Right.
there's been something that has put in it, but it hasn't moved. So I'll research that and get back, but there's something out there, we're
Well,
talking about.
if I can research it for you, I will explain to you exactly what's going on there.
Okay.
It's been sitting there for actually 6.5 years. And hopefully the new council person that comes in will push it forward. But that's where it is right now. And when bills go in, they die if no one keeps, re-upping it. So that's where it is now, but, that's where we are.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you knew,
Oh, I
everybody knew there
know.
was something.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yes, I'm referring to number 9, which is a new item. Could the person or the group who introduced that be a little more specific? Because you're talking about Roosevelt Avenue, power washing for Roosevelt Avenue. Roosevelt Avenue is pretty long street, or avenue, as well as the Northern Boulevard or Junction Boulevard, and the plaza is okay, but they should provide a specific area that they feel that's needed for that, not the entire avenue. So the entire Junction Boulevard. No, I don't have one. The person who introduced it may have more specific information that can help clarify.
One has something to say about.
Number 9.
I don't think said, but if you see number 11, it can
There's
specify
the entire stretch
the Roosevelt
of
stretch.
Roosevelt Avenue in this district, from 68th Street all the way up to 114th Street. Yes.
Number 11.
That's number 11.
It should be written.
You go last, number, you go last.
Is there anyone else? I think there's no one else, that's why I said I'm going last. Restoration and maintenance of the decorative pavers on 82nd Street, Northern Boulevard, and Junction Boulevard. Not there.
Oh,
New. Restoration and maintenance of the decorative pavers on 82nd Street, Junction Boulevard, and Northern Boulevard.
They're already doing things.
No. They said they have no funding. Somewhere.
We talk about the pavers. They're already doing the pavers in most of these areas already. They're not supposed to be, but there's already crews out there doing these pavers.
I haven't seen them either.
I can give you exact addresses, but I rode fast, so I see it,
Oh, okay.
which was interesting.
It is interesting.
Teenagers. 34th Avenue between Junction and 8th. And doing 108.
They're removing the papers, they're not repairing it.
Frank is right about 34th Avenue.
No, they're exactly correct. Brand new surfaces.
Oh, well, then I'm very happy that they are doing that.
So maybe that's something you might want to remove or move down, or, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
I thought it was last week.
Anybody else?
I have, and I apologize if this was already discussed at a rather late.
Well, you got the lady here.
Am I able to speak? Or-
Yeah.
Okay. An item that wasn't on there, but I would like to suggest for capital with, to continue to build out protected bike lane networks because of the increase in biking, many young people biking. I don't know if we want to suggest specific routes, but you know, a protected route all the way up to Flushing Meadows Park would be transformational, I think. A lot of kids bike there anyways to get over to high schools up there.
From where to where?
34th Avenue, so Junction Boulevard, all the way to the end, and then, you know, down. So it could be capital investment just in making that a parking protected lane so the kids can bike safely. I think would be a great investment of capital, or other.
Could we hear where
Flushing.
So the one specific idea is on 34th Avenue, once you cross Junction Boulevard, going towards Flushing Meadows Park, you have to bike in traffic. And there's a lot of kids, you know, that want to access the park, and they also bike that way to then get to the schools on the other side of the park, high school, you know. And right now, it's not really safe. You know, 34th Avenue from 69th Street to Junction Boulevard is safe, but beyond that,
Right,
you
there's
know.
only one lane of traffic in each direction already on 34th Avenue from Junction to 114.
Yeah.
Because they've also cut a lane of traffic on Northern. So exactly where is everyone who doesn't bike supposed to go, including deliveries?
Sure,
Just a
there's
question,
there's
but
parking.
a reality for what we have to deal with because the traffic is hellacious on Northern Boulevard as it is.
You could do it on this particular route, you could do it without taking away any parking or traffic lanes. It's just a question of
Only
moving the
if you take
parking
up the-
away from the curb
Only
and letting
if
the
you
kids
take
bike.
up the median, because the median is wide down that street.
All right, well,
But
I
we
think
can
it could
discuss
be looked into,
at
you know, or
another
just
time.
in general, like, that's one, just
We'll
one
put it
route.
down. What is
but
the exact, it's Junction Boulevard to 114,
Yeah, on 34th.
On 34th Avenue.
on 34th Avenue.
Yeah, thank you.
It's in there partially by saying they want to beautify the median along those same dimensions, so it's in here. But it doesn't go as far as the lady is suggesting
None of the
in
bike
terms
lanes
of
are protected.
putting an open street
You could
down
have
there.
a parking protected bike lane, it just means
Well, you
moving
could,
the
but
parking.
DOT, well, you see the way
That is a
DOT
capital project. They have those in
designed
the story.
34th Avenue. It's an open street.
Okay.
They
Is
don't
there
care
anyone else?
about cars, you know, so it would be a problem.
Thank you so much, everybody, for talking this. Whoever gave ideas, suggestions, we're gonna try our best to comply with them. They're gonna go in the next budget, and we'll see. We cannot, but we'll do our best to try to put it together. Thank you again.
And we're gonna go into executive session momentarily. You have it? Okay. Sorry, they didn't get that call out. So, we're gonna go into executive session. Please rise to your
Yeah, first, last name, and email.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So it's time to adoption of the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion's by committee. We're only doing 3 out of the 6. First applicant is number 1, Mexican's Restaurant and Bar Corp., 8115 Northern Boulevard, East Jackson Heights, an application for a full liquor license. Motion by committee is the committee recommends approval of an application for an on-premise full liquor license for this applicant. Provided that the stipulation has been signed, it has. Stating that the hours of operation will be Monday to Thursday, 11 to 12, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 3, and Sunday, 10 to 2. Alcohol service will end 1 hour prior to closing from Friday to Sunday. License security is needed on weekends and food service at all times. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, board members, any discussion? Okay, seeing none, you can call the question.
Thank you. So the motion is to recommend approval for the applicant for the on-premise liquor license. So a yes vote is in favor of the motion. Pat Beckles?
Yes.
Ann Brown?
Yes.
Bill Bruno?
Yes.
Alba Bundia?
Yes.
Mark Burmaster, I'm a yes. Deborah Chang?
Yes.
Keith Chowdhury?
Yes.
Marjorie Clark Woolridge?
Abstain.
Tenzin Dam-
Let me rephrase. We're talking about number 1? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tenzin Damdul? Shiv Das?
Yes.
Sonia Davis Roberts? Vivian Dock?
Yes.
Margaret Dozier?
Yes.
Renetta English?
Yes.
Celso Garcia? Ulrich Gideon?
Yes.
Kara Heffernan?
Yes.
Abdur Halador?
Yes.
Michael Johnson? Stephen Kalanick? Marta Leverton?
No.
Virendra Manadar? Lindsay McCormick?
Yes.
Lisa Masulam?
Yes.
Richard Mullings?
Yes.
Laverne Nimmons?
Yes.
Nuala Odarty?
Step down.
Giselle Perez? Wendy Pettis?
No.
Dorothy Phelan?
Yes.
Potri Kiana Noor?
No.
Jairo Rodriguez? Leoncio Romero? Jessica Rosario? Tammy Rose?
Okay.
I send this stuff out, everyone. Edwin Rosenbaum?
Yes.
David Rosero? Don Sif? Ahad Suleiman? Jasmine Tavares? Frank Taylor?
Yes.
Arthur Tyler?
Yes.
Chanel Thomas Henry? Asaf Utama Levy? Edwin Wesley?
No.
Are the members present I didn't call?
Brenda.
You have it, yes.
They normally have it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought I. Virendra Manadar.
You called, he had stepped away, now
Oh,
he's back.
okay. Your vote?
Yes.
Okay. A vote of 20 25 in favor, 4 against, and 1 abstention. The motion carries. Marjorie, would you like to address your abstention?
No, not really.
Thank you.
Not probably.
Okay, second applicant is Cafe 593 Corp., doing business as Amor Sport Bar, 3764 103rd Street in Corona. An application for a method of operation change. Motion by committee is the committee recommends a disapproval of an application for a method of operation change for an existing on-premise wine, beer, and cider license due to evidence contrary to the applicant's statements and NYPD actions. Do we have a second?
Second.
Board members, any discussion? Everyone's quiet today. Vote of the committee is 7-0. For disapproval. Mark?
Someone who is at the committee, would they like to talk about the discussion for those that weren't here or weren't at the committee?
I could give a little insight. Social media shows that from day one, from when they opened, they were a bar. There are palm cards and videos from inside the location and operating as a bar at all times. Any testimony back in 2023 and at the previous meeting is definitely not factual and proven to that effect. And the NYPD had numerous actions there relating to assaults in the past 2 years. Board members, any other discussion? Okay, you can call the question.
The motion is to recommend disapproval for the application, so a yes vote is for disapproval. Pat Beckles,
Yes.
Ann Brown,
Yes.
Bill Bruno,
Yes.
Alba Bundia,
Yes.
Mark Burmaster, I'm a yes. Deborah Chang,
Yes.
Mukeeth Chowdhury,
Yes.
Marjorie Clark Woolridge,
Yes.
Tenzin Abdul,
Yes.
Shiv Das,
Yes.
Vivian Dock,
Yes.
Margaret Dozier,
Yes.
Renetta English, Ulrich Gideon,
Yes.
Kara Heffernan,
Yes.
is that a yes? Ador Halliday,
Yes.
Marta Leberton,
Yes.
Larindra Manandar,
Yes.
Lindsay McCormick,
Yes.
Lisa Masulam,
Yes.
Richard Mullings,
Yes.
Laverne Nimmons,
Yes.
Nuala O'Doherty,
Yes.
Wendy Pettis,
Yes.
Dorothy Thalen,
Yes.
Poetry Keanu Noor,
Yes.
Jairo Rodriguez, Leoncio Romero,
Yes.
Jessica Rosario, Tammy Rose,
Yes.
Edmund Rosenbaum,
Yes.
Fahad Suleiman, Frank Taylor,
Yes.
Arthur Tyler, Edwin Wesley.
Yes.
Jairo, would you like to address your abstention?
No, I don't know.
Okay. A vote of 33 in favor, 0 against, and 1 abstention. The motion carries.
Okay, number 3, and the last one we'll vote on today, Yenny's Corner Corp., doing business as Asadero La Fogata, 8401 Northern Boulevard in Jackson Heights. Application for a new full liquor license. Motion by committee is the committee recommends approval of an application for an on-premise full liquor license for this applicant. Do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion, board members? Okay, we can call the question.
Okay, so the motion is for approval, so yes vote is in favor of the application. Pat Beckles,
Yes.
Ann Brown,
Yes.
Bill Bruno,
Yes.
Alba Bundia,
Yes.
Mark Burmaster, I'm a yes. Deborah Chang,
Yes.
Mukeeth Chowdhury,
Yes.
Marjorie Clark Woolridge,
Yes.
Tenzin Abdul,
Yes.
Shiv Das,
Yes.
Vivian Dock,
Yes.
Margaret Dozier,
Yes.
Renetta English, Ulrich Gideon,
Yes.
Kara Heffernan,
Yes.
Abdor Halliday,
Yes.
Marta Leberton,
No.
Barendra Manandar,
Yes.
Lindsay McCormick,
Yes.
Lisa Masulam,
Yes.
Richard Mullings,
Yes.
Laverne Nimmons,
Yes.
Nuala O'Doherty,
Yes.
Winnie Pettis,
Yes.
Dorothy Phelan,
Yes.
Potri Keanu Noor,
No.
Jairo Rodriguez,
Yes.
Leoncio Romero,
Yes.
Jessica Rosario,
Yes.
Tammy Rose, Edmund Rosenbaum,
Yes.
Fahad Suleiman, Frank Taylor,
Yes.
Arthur Tyler,
Yes.
Chanel Thomas Henry,
Yes.
Edwin Wesley,
No.
a vote of 32 in favor, 3 against, the motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll go to the chairperson's report. You all have the copy of my view from the chair. I would have started the meeting with this, but I wanted everyone to be here. About a month ago, we lost someone very important to this board, one of our former chairs, Grace Lawrence. She was 2 days shy of 99 years, and as the minister said, she wanted to celebrate her 99th with her beloved Paul. Many of us had the pleasure of knowing Grace over the years, and also knowing Paul, who passed, I don't remember how many years before. I had traveled to meetings with them in Flushing many times, and Grace was elected chairperson of this board from 2009 to 2012, and she was a dynamic person. She was a dynamo. She was in her early 80s when she was elected chair of this board. Many of us were there, and many of us had the pleasure of knowing her and celebrating her life at the Church of Grace and the Resurrection, which was always fitting since her name was Grace. And I say that the priest in charge there kind of took something from my eulogy or my speech. Now, I've been the co-chair of Business Economic Development Committee for a while now. I had asked for that from Grace in 2009, and she told me, no, you're not ready. This is the type of person Grace was. She tasked me to deal with the youth committee, and we did great things there. But Grace was definitely a guiding light for everyone in the community, and not to even mention all the things that she did. She was one of the people who helped to develop and build the Langston Youth Library and Cultural Center in Corona. Corona and all communities in Queens were definitely dear to her, and we certainly will always remember her. The summer was long. Again, I thank everyone who was with us for the public hearing and went through that ULURP. It had been about 22 years since we had a meeting in July. I got the pleasure of trying to get everyone to come in July. We had a lot of events, as the senator had mentioned. There were a lot of book bag giveaways and National Night Out Against Crime, many town halls, and Metropolitan Park, is an interest, positive or negative, for everyone in 6 community boards. So I stay abreast and attend every type of meeting there is possible. I think that I don't want to bore everyone, so that's about it. We will now go to the district manager. I have a feeling you have a very long report.
It's the length of War and Peace. So, everybody, please get comfortable. I want to welcome all our board members back. This is our first meeting. I was going to say June, but actually we did meet in July. And I know it's hard to get back into that routine. But here we are. So roll up your sleeves because we have a very busy season. We have about 6 land use items that will come before this board in the next few months. We also have quite there's legislation that will also come before the board for review. One of them is to look at parking permits. Before any of those things could be implemented, it will have to come before the full board. We'll have to vote on it, get the general agreement in the community that this is something that we want. And it's not just a decision made by the board, but the entire neighborhood. We have to get the input and the support of the neighborhoods that are going to be impacted. So it's not just a simple thing of making it a budget request, but it's a whole process that we must go through. I'm going to just thank all the members of the board who came out to support the events that we participated in. We have done it in previous years, but I'm very happy to see that we had a lot of participation this time around. We had more members. Usually it's the same 3 or 4 people that wind up at our event, but this time we had many other members of the board. So I thank you for supporting us. What's happening now is that we are now in budget consultation mode. This is probably one of the most difficult and busiest times of the year, particularly for the district office and myself. We are consulting with all of the city agencies, and speaking with them in regard to our priorities. And so the discussion that we had earlier is very important. It helps me to further our interest at these consultations. So it is ongoing. We will be consulting with them until about the end of October. So if you have any concerns or issues that you would like me to share with these agencies, please feel free to reach out to me. The easiest way is to send me an email. Along those same lines, we will have a committee meeting on budget priorities on October the 6th. All the members of the board and the public are invited to participate. The meeting is virtual, but we want to hear from everyone, so that don't hesitate to verbalize your concerns and interests. We also have actively going on online and at our website the survey. We're asking the community what are the most important issues and priorities that they have, and register it on our website. I will say that we've had a great response. It is still open. If you haven't participated yet, please do so. It's very important. Again, it helps us to gauge the concerns of the community and what they would like to see. I want to mention that I was also at Grace Lawrence's wake, and she was a very important person, not only to myself, but the entire community. She served the community for nearly 70 years. She was a great chairperson. She would drag me around to every single meeting that she had, which was helpful to me. We would go in person to city planning and to BSA hearings, just to give you a sense of how dedicated she was to the community. Besides being a member of the Queens Library trustees, she also, she was actually acknowledged, I think, by the Daily News. And they recognized her for all the work and dedication that she has made to the community. I also just want to end on this note in regard to Grace Lawrence, that the community board will take up an issue to have additional signage named in her honor that will be a part of the Traffic Transportation Committee. And I'm not sure what date that's scheduled, but we will discuss that issue. And I'm recommending that the signage read Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace lived here. And I'm also suggesting that it be on her block, but on the corner of 34th Avenue. Okay. Just a couple of notes. The police department has alerted me that airbags are being stolen. So please make sure to, before you leave your cars, that it is secure. My understanding is that airbags are very expensive, something like $600 or more. $600 to $1,000. So please, be careful with that. Next month we'll have the Inspector Cordano, who will be able to explain more about what's happening in the community. Also, just want to let you know that the Junction Boulevard Health Center is currently closed due to renovations, and it will reopen in December. And last but not least, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the following members on becoming eligible, 21, to frequent the establishments that we voted on tonight. And those individuals are Miss Dorothy Phelan, Miss Ann Brown, I know she's going to kill me. I don't think you can reach over here. But anyway. And lastly, Mr. Mukis Chowdhury. Congratulations all. And thank you again for all that you do. And I look forward to meeting with you next month. Have a good evening.
I know a lot of things happen. Does Queens have them any place?
Yes, they do. After the June, July, and we don't have one. We are.
I'm still moving the agenda around a little bit. Next thing we're gonna do is adoption of minutes. We'll do that by a verbal vote. 3 sets. Adoption of the November 2024 minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Adoption of the June 2025 minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And adoption of the July 2025 minutes. Any in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Before the legislators report, I'm going to give professional courtesy to our past chair, Frank, to come up and make 2 short announcements. Because I certainly don't want anyone to leave.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Evan. Appreciate that. All right, hello, everybody. Take a breath. Let's get up a little bit. All right, I have 2 announcements. One's on a sad note. Ditmars Boulevard is sponsoring or co-sponsoring. We had a member of East Elmhurst I'm sure you read about it, on 90th Street. Approximately 2 weeks ago, she was 21 years old. She had gotten killed, shot in her house. Yes, these things do happen here, unfortunately, but we are having a prayer vigil for her on Saturday. That should be the 20th of September. It's going to be on 96th Street and 30th Avenue in East Elmhurst. Okay, Saturday, 6:30, 96th Street and 30th Avenue. I will also supply a copy to the community board on this. The second thing is, may her soul rest in peace. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing I'd like to get to is a more festive thing, which is very simply, Ditmars has a scholarship cruise that will be leaving the marina 10/11 of 2025 from the marina. You have one of your executive members, or two of them actually, passing out the flyers at this time. Please participate. We collect, we're one of the different organizations in the city. 85% of the money that we collect, that we have for sponsorship, goes out to scholarships. I'll say that again, 85%. So we're giving out between $20,000 and $30,000 in scholarships to kids that are in school, in colleges, of their choice. Very different around here. So I just want to make sure that you guys know about it. You want to participate, please. It's a cruise, 2 open bars, full dinner. It's 5 hours. No political stuff. Okay, I reiterate that, it's not political. So you'll see people there that normally are not next to each other, but they'll be there together, having a good time. We have a jazz band, a full ensemble. We also have a DJ, we have a singer, we have a cigar lounge. We do the whole deal. Okay, it is October the 11th. We leave at 11:30 from the marina. This is all local stuff. This is what we do. We stay in Queens. And the scholarships will go to people who live in our area. Jackson Heights, East Elmhurst, or Corona. And there will be 3 scholarships, and I don't have an exact number at this point, but it will be between $20,000 and $30,000 handed out. All right? Oh, the other thing I'd just like to say, 1 second. Ms. Reed brought up a very good point. Grace Lawrence, I'm not gonna say I was there with her, but anyway, she was very important to not only this board, but she was very important to the community. And what I mean is the community of human beings, not just Queens, okay? So in the transportation committee, we will take that up. I'm the chair of transportation. We will take that up to have Amazing Grace there. But I also want to do Mr. Jimmy Smith. Mr. Jimmy Smith was, I don't know what I can say about him. This guy was everything. And I also would like to put forth, before I leave the board, to make sure that people that are on the board are remembered in some way. There'll never be anybody 40, 50 years on this board again, okay? It's not gonna work like that anymore. But the time and effort that these people, these trendsetters, these trailblazers have put in should be rewarded somehow. So maybe this is a way that we can do this as this board, because guys like Grace Lawrence, Jimmy Smith, and so forth and so on should never be forgotten. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we're going to go into the legislators' reports, but we'll start with the Borough President's Office. The Director of Community Boards is here, Michael Carlier, along with our CB3 liaison from the Borough President's Office. You go first, and then the remaining representatives just line up on the side for me.
All right, thanks, Ed. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone enjoyed a good summer. Get back to the swing of things. For those who haven't seen me, Michael Carlier, Director of Community Boards, here on behalf of Queensborough President Donovan Richards. Before I get into the formal talking points, I do just want to introduce our new regular CB3 rep going forward. This is Jorge. Here you go.
Hi everybody, my name is Jose Chuki. I'm the Immigrant Welcome Center Coordinator at Queensborough President's Office. I have one more package, but I just got it Stephen was in this role. I'm sure a lot of you knew him. But yeah, 3 to 4. Seeing me here more often.
Okay,
Thank
y'all.
Thank you.
I need money.
All right, so yeah, just moving on to some formal things that the Borough President is working on. Starting next Tuesday, September 23rd, 6 p.m., we're hosting our annual Caribbean Heritage Celebration. That's going to be at the Queens Museum in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. Sticking to next week, on that Thursday, September 25th, 6 p.m., we're also hosting our Mexican Independence Day celebration. That's going to be at Queensborough Hall in Kew Gardens. And finally, wrapping up that Saturday, September 27th, from 4 to 7 p.m., we're going to be hosting our annual Queens Climate Expo. That's a sort of job resource fair / tech fair in regards to green technology and energy. So we certainly hope to see y'all there. That's going to be somewhat close, New York Hall of Science. So that's 4701 on 11th Street in Corona. And at the end of the month, September 30th, 5 to 7 p.m., we're going to be hosting our Queens High School Fair. And that's going to be at Queensborough Hall, 12055 Queens Boulevard. So any of these events, you can access them on our website. That's queensbp.nyc.gov. All you need to do is just RSVP with your name and info. But yeah, we certainly hope to see y'all there. We'll be sticking around for the whole meeting, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. But yeah, Jorge is going to be here on a month-by-month basis, and I'll hope to stop by every now and then as well. So thank you, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Samantha. I'm here with the Office of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I hope you all had a lovely summer. We recently hosted a student loan webinar which focused on the new rules, risks, and relief options for student loans now and into 2026. If you missed the live session, you can watch it at our webinar anytime on YouTube at the Rep AOC's channel. This summer, we also held mobile office hours at the Office of Assemblywoman Linda Hooks and Assemblywoman Catalina Cruz. The mobile office hours helps us connect more directly with the community and offer convenient access to your services. The Congressional App Challenge is currently underway. This Congress premier STEM competition for middle and high school students where thousands of young computer scientists compete and design and creating apps. We also have been closely tracking community concerns about the increased presence of ICE throughout New York City. Our office offers immigration casework services to assist constituents, and we encourage anyone needing to help visit our website for Know Your Rights materials. If you have any upcoming immigration court appointments, please review the legal resources available online. And if you are a constituent, please consider preemptively signing the DHS Homeland Security Privacy Release Form for us to better help assist you. And finally, please remember that our office is here to assist you with any issues pending before federal agencies. You can reach us by phone at 718-662-5970. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back from summer. My name is Sean. I'm from the Office of Senator Steve Raga. I'd like to share the following updates. So we'd like to inform you that starting October 1st, we'll be relocating to a new office located at 6010 Queens Boulevard, Woodside, Queens, moving away from our Maspeth office. And as we are in the process of moving, you're welcome to contact us at 718-651-3185. That's 718-651-3185. We'll also email all these contact details and specific office hours once we have that in October to the community board as well, so they can share that. Over the summer, our office hosted legal clinics, back to school events, and youth day over the summer. For our upcoming events, we're hosting our 3rd annual Little Manila Community Cleanup on Saturday, October 4th in Woodside from 10 a.m. to 12. I can share the RSVP details and flyer with that. For our upcoming events, to save the date, we're hosting a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Saturday, October 11th, with pending details on the time and location. We're also hosting our 3rd Filipino American History Month celebration on Saturday, October 18th in Elmhurst, Queens, in partnership with the Office of the Queensboro President, NAFTA New York, and FONS and Metro New York. More details to come on that. Our office regularly conducts monthly 2-hour mobile office sessions in each of the following neighborhoods throughout the district: Maspeth, Elmhurst, Woodside, Jackson Heights. This is for the convenience of constituents who live far away from our district office and who may have difficulties visiting us. Please feel free to stop by to speak with our staff members and share your concerns and needs. And all mobile office hours from the month of October to April in the neighborhood of Maspeth, Elmhurst, and Woodside will take place in the Queens Public Library location of that neighborhood from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Maspeth, Elmhurst, and Woodside, Jackson Heights as well. We look forward to working together this fall. Please reach out with any questions, concerns. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Okay, my aim is 9 o'clock, it's 4 minutes after, okay. I was told that if I claim that we could end by 9 o'clock, it's a bad omen and it's gonna go long. So, Marta.
I'll give you my card. That's my work.
It's not my fault.
I use the best information.
Sure.
I'm looking to.
Before everybody leaves, Imani's sister, who was our first driver, Imani was our first driver and she passed away. Her sister raced our car this year and she won. And she went to Ohio. Didn't win in Ohio, but we got her there. So we raised $2,000. We raised $2,000 and we are now starting to fundraise again for the upcoming year. So we will have envelopes starting next month. You can just see me and we'll get it going. Thank you.
May I address the?
It's executive session, so.
Oh, well, whether it's executive or not, I mean, I don't know what your protocol is, but I'm sitting here for the past 2 hours, and there's something going on in the neighborhood that is affecting so many people, and I haven't heard any mention of it tonight, and that is the transportation issue. Now, those who know me, who are here, know that this is something that I'm gonna talk about. We have been robbed of our transportation. And I've come to this meeting in June because that's the first time I've heard of it. So I came to the meeting, right? We went through the summer. Now I'm here in the meeting and congratulations that everybody has a liquor license. In the meanwhile, you've got senior citizens who cannot go to church because there's no longer service along 29th Avenue. You've got people that have to go to Forest Hills, 1 bus, now it's 3 buses. You have people who have to travel in the dark that transfer on Astoria Boulevard with a 19 bus that comes maybe once whenever it wants to. We need to do something. Now, campaign, we heard Jessica talk about how she defeated the gambling issue, right? We can defeat too. Look how they did down in Times Square. This is something that we've got to do. We've got to reach out. The people say, oh, we've been fighting this for 2 years. You're fighting it for 2 years. I only heard about it in June, and I am one of the most prominent members of East Elmhurst. I heard nothing about it. I called people. Did you hear it? No, I didn't hear about it. Somebody was sleeping at the controls. And I am sick and tired of just saying, oh, well, we tried. We didn't try hard enough. And I am here to volunteer to be the bellwether of a system that is going to get our transportation back. Please, is anybody with me? Anybody? I mean, everybody is so silent. Is anybody with me? Can you applaud the way you did for the liquor license? For God's sake? Come on, we need to get our transportation back. I don't know who else rides the bus or who just drives. I don't drive anymore, but we need to get our transportation. The Q23, you've got the buses along Astoria Boulevard, where people have to walk 4 and 5 blocks to the next bus stop. And that's a safety issue too. At night, you're waiting in the dark for a bus and you have to walk 4 blocks. The Q23 go from East Elmhurst to Forest Hills, 1 bus. Now it's 3 buses that you have to transfer, or either on Northern Boulevard or Astoria Boulevard for the bus. That's not right. This is East Elmhurst, my homeland. And I am not going to sit by and watch MTA ruin our neighborhood. I thank you for the time and your executive meeting.
Okay, I will address what we've done so far. With what complaints the community board has gotten, we've reached out to MTA and we have forwarded to the governor's office with the issues we've gotten so far, that we're seeing ourselves and that we've gotten calls about. The MTA is a state agency that seems to operate on their own, and their answers are that we are to wait and see, which is not fair. I give you my own observations. Some of the redesign has worked, some of it has not. When are they gonna fix this? We do need to know when that will happen.
We need to find out.
So register complaints, call your elected officials, call us with specific locations and bus stop issues, and we'll forward it and try our best to.
We need to have a campaign. We need to meet, and in June, they sent these 2 kids to represent the MTA. That was the greatest affront, to send these 2 little people here to talk to us, right? Now, what we've got to do, we say it's a state agency. Let's get to the state. Okay, I've gone up to Albany in many different cases. Okay, I'll go up there again.
Let me just point out that the 2 people represented are senior administrative vice presidents of the MTA bus development. I'm just saying that they're senior administrative staff who presented to us.
And what have we done?
We're continuing to forward our complaints from the community.
We need to make it physical and verbal. Okay, that's what needs to happen.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay, motion for adjournment?
Second.
Thank you.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing
Good.
really well.
Good. How was your summer?
It's been great. Very
It's
relaxing.
great.
Yeah.
Nice.
So can't ask for more. Someone else asked